Oh, hey, it's a monkey that I just found. How's it going? I think I think the monkey's trying to learn sign language. Do what? No, I'm not gonna do that. No, that's illegal. I'm not gonna give you a joint. You're a monkey. Monkeys aren't supposed to have joints.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
What's going on?
It's going pretty good. It's going really well, actually.
That's good.
I just gave a monkey a joint. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
If you give a monkey a joint,
He's gonna ask for more joints.
Can you imagine a monkey just hitting it? You know,
There's a video of that. These like guys at a party who like give a little chimp a bong, and then he's like eating Cheetos and shit.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Here's a good question: do chimps like Flamin' Hot Cheetos?
I don't think so. I don't think animals like spicy food. I think that's a very human thing.
Yeah, it's a specific thing that was designed to drive things away. And there's some humans who just like, spice? Yes, please.
It doesn't work on birds. Did you know that?
I did. Yeah, capsaicin has no effect on birds. Birds are immune to capsaicin.
We should get a bird on Hot Ones.
Yeah, can you imagine Big Bird goes on Hot Ones and does an interview, and it's just like not phased?
He's just putting the wings in the mouth of the suit.
There's like wing sauce all over the beak, and the bird's just not amused.
That would be cannibalism, or close to it.
Can you imagine? Oh God, you're so right. I just realized that. Can you imagine the entire cast of the Muppets on Hot Ones?
I can't imagine more than 2 people on Hot Ones.
Where would the people holding the puppets hide in Hot Ones? Right?
Imagine Hot Ones, but it's the full original Broadway cast of Hamilton.
And then Sean Evans is like, and you guys are not throwing away your last dab.
We're
right?
out of last dab. We ran out. There were too many of you.
Yeah, there's too many people Lin-Manuel Miranda just takes the bottle and starts drinking it to just show everybody how cool he is.
Oh, but what
movie did we watch? What movie did we watch?
We watched The Jennie Project.
The Jennie Project.
Do you want me to read you the synopsis?
I would love it if you would do that. That would be awesome.
An 11-year-old boy develops a close friendship with a chimpanzee from Africa who is learning sign language. Wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong. For a couple reasons.
And those reasons
are as follows. So the chimp, first of all, there's a lot to this movie.
Not really.
I mean, there's a lot to this movie in the way of like a lot of things happen, but none of it matters at all. Period.
Do you think
it's all just? Yeah, I mean, a lot of events. Here's what I'll say. I've written down a number of events.
Okay. I would describe this movie as having barely anything happen.
Yeah, and
like there are key points of it that are interesting, but on the whole, it's just like, what if a chimpanzee lived in your house?
Yeah, and there's not really any comedy that comes out of that inherently.
Bathroom training the chimp. That's funny
true.
There.
That's funny. That's the potty humor, and that one's really funny. The only other funny moment that I think happens in this movie, because not a lot of this movie is funny, sort of inherently. There's some extra funny that happens based on, like, the mom pronounces it chimpanzee.
It's a chimpanzee.
It's a chimpanzee. That's what I'm gonna start calling someone who's doesn't want to do something. I'm gonna call him a chimpanzee.
That's good.
Isn't that good?
That's
I was thinking
good.
about that for a week.
What if you call him a chimp pussy?
That's a different thing, I'm pretty sure.
Chimp pussy. Resorting to the old classic bit of just putting the word pussy in something.
Right. Chimp narc. You're not a chimp narc, are you? There's some funny moments in this movie, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's like the chimp eats some mashed potatoes and it's like gross, and that's funny.
I don't even remember that happening. I thought you were talking about the actual funny parts of the movie.
Oh, there are some actual funny parts.
Because like in the beginning, when they're showing how the dad of the family rescues this chimp, he's in the jungle, and he's like, they like rescue this chimp from being poached, and apparently they shot her, and then he says she's pregnant, so they left her to die.
Yeah.
Which, like, what are they hunting the chimps for?
Right. What? So why would the pregnancy of this chimp restrict?
Yeah, and then she immediately gives birth to Jennie, the baby chimp.
Right. Which is what the movie's about, is Jennie.
The Jennie Project.
Right, the Jennie Project. It's interesting because the plot synopsis says that Jennie is learning sign language but Jennie doesn't learn sign language until they force it upon her.
Right. She joins the family and befriends the kid before she learns sign language at all.
Right. It's not like an interesting thing where the chimp kind of picks up sign language and then communicates to the kid. It's the kid goes, "This is what scissors means. Scissors."
No, it's not even that. The kid actively hates that the chimp is learning sign language.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's true.
He is against the chimpanzee learning sign language.
Right, because there's a whole plot point where there's a scientist that wants to expedite the learning process and compare it to other chimpanzees that are from the wild.
Yeah.
But, well, Jennie's from the wild.
No, she's not.
Though. She grew up the whole time in their house.
Yes, that they couldn't actually get a baby chimp, but like when she came in wearing a diaper, it was like implied that she's supposed to be a newborn chimp baby.
Yeah, which then is really funny as well because the chimp doesn't wear clothes at all later in the movie. So I guess they potty trained.
No, she does. She consistently wears like a red sweatshirt.
Oh yeah.
And they put her in funny dresses.
Yeah, that's true.
Like her court attire.
Yeah.
They make her wear a sundress so she can go to court to defend herself.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a court proceeding in this movie at the end. We'll get to that later. But I imagine that they've potty trained this monkey, because you don't put diapers on a dog, right?
Lots of people do.
Really?
You don't potty train a dog.
Yeah, you house train the dog.
Yeah.
Which is to talk about linguistics for a second. When you say you potty train someone, you teach them to go in the potty. You teach them to piss the toilet.
Right.
But when you house train someone, you teach them not to piss the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is just an interesting thing I noticed, and I think it's very funny.
That's some observational humor right there. You could start a Seinfeld episode with that, I think.
What's the deal with house training?
You notice that we potty train kids, but we house train our dogs.
Like, I don't want them to go in the house. I want them to go in the outside.
Maybe we should yard train them.
We should yard... There it is. See, I didn't so much as... I kind of observed it. I didn't really humor it. I just kind of observed it.
So what you did what Seinfeld did. You did good.
Yeah.
Got him.
Seinfeld really does. You ever notice how they give you little food on an airplane?
You guys ever see anything? You know?
Please, I've never seen anything before. Somebody tell me something funny. I'm running out of content.
Blindfeld. What's the deal with vision? Somebody explain colors again to me.
No, but I keep forgetting. I have no frame of reference. There's a part in this movie where somebody says, I've just quoted it, and I just read this. there's a part of the movie where there's somebody says there's this kid named Vinny, and he can tuck his ears behind his head, and it looks like there aren't any.
Yeah. So the dad got home from an 8-month trip in Africa, and he asks how school is going. That's what the son says.
That's right. That's the most important thing from school. From school for like 6 months. Well.
Yeah. I mean, that's what.
There's a kid named Vinny.
Be honest, that's what you would have said at 12 years old. You would have said something stupid like that.
I would have said something more like, "Oh, I got a shiny Charizard."
That's not at school, Evan.
Well, if I trade for it at school, it is in my brain.
Maybe. I don't think that counts.
Which is so much cooler. So much cooler.
This movie's weird because it seems really interesting.
Yeah.
And I feel like while we were watching it, it felt kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I can list all these things, but it's just not. It's not fun to talk about or think about.
Yeah, because it's crazy within the realm of the film, which has a pretty low peak. I mean, the peak of this film is just that. Andrew's dad is the one that went on the expedition, and he wants to go on another one. So Andrew receives a letter from the mailman. The mailman's this awful character. I don't like the mailman.
He's
Can we talk
villain.
about the mailman for a second?
I mean, there's
he's
nothing
the
to
villain.
talk about.
I mean, he's just insufferable in every single way.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, he's okay. He acts fine.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought like maybe I'm biased because I've never met a mailman, but I have a feeling that a mailman wouldn't be like, "Hey," you know?
You think a mailman would never say "hey"?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yep. No, I mean like there was a lot of weird things that the mailman did. Like he like talked to Andrew's dad, Frank.
Yeah.
No, Frank is the name of the mailman. He would like talk to Andrew's dad and be like, I don't remember what he said, but I just remember there was an interaction that I was like, God, if anybody had that interaction, let alone a mailman, that's just weird.
Nah. I think that's a bit maybe nitpicky. I think people talk to their, or used to at least talk to their mailmen.
Yeah.
When you didn't have like a
That's true.
UPS tracker,
Right.
you'd be like, "Hey,
right.
is my package coming soon?" He'd probably know.
That's true.
And like the mailman has established reasons for being uncomfortable because the dad had a lizard that bit him on the leg.
Right.
And
That's
it's also
true.
a play on the idea of like a mailman being scared of your dog.
Yeah,
but it's
the
a
mailman's
chimp.
scared of your chimp. Yeah.
But the peak of the movie,
yes.
as you
yeah.
were trying to get to, is,
Yes, and
as I
then-
wrote in my notes, Trimp Drive Truck.
And that's it. Really?
The chimpanzee, Jennie, steals the mailman's truck and joyrides it down the road.
Of course, after making him fall from the top of a ladder onto his back, flat on his back.
Yes, she attempts to kill the mailman.
Yeah, she commits a national felony by stealing mail and eating it.
Mm-hmm.
And then goes and drives the truck, crashes the truck.
She almost kills the dad, too.
She does. And the dad's like, "Oh, that's fine. Whatever. She can do that. She's a chimp. Whatever."
Yeah. I mean...
And then they go to small claims court.
You skipped a step.
Oh, what was the step I skipped?
You skipped the step where the human hospital refuses to treat Jennie.
Yeah.
He takes the goddamn chimpanzee who just got in a car accident, a self-inflicted car accident,
Yeah.
to the human emergency room wrapped in a towel.
Yeah, the scientist who like understands that this doesn't quite work out. Instead of going to like a vet who probably understands the anatomy of a chimp better.
The weird thing about this movie is it portrays the idea of treating animals like humans as like a good thing and like virtuous.
Right.
But it's really not. They were going to have to give up this chimpanzee in a couple of years.
Yeah, one way or another.
And that's how the movie ends, too. But it really almost fetishizes the concept of, like, they're just like us. Why treat them any different?
When they're, like, very, very much not.
It's an
Like, can you
animal.
imagine if you just, like, sat down with your dog at the table and, like, shared a coffee?
I would kill your dog.
Yeah, because dogs can't drink coffee. Like, just up and down, straight up, dogs just cannot drink coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of moments where it's like, yeah, they should be treated differently. Like, don't be mean to the dogs, right?
Or the chimps in this case.
Yeah, or the chimps in this case. And this was written. This was a movie that was made about a book. And I don't know the plot of the book, but if the book at some point goes, take your chimp to the human hospital.
Wait, is it like an instructional book?
No, it's called Jennie. And it's just got like, I just saw it like moments before we started recording. So I have no idea what how different the movie is from the book.
This
But if
looks
that
like the
amount of
same
stuff
thing.
happened in a whole book, like the amount of stuff that happened in this movie, if that's all that happened in the book,
Whoa, oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
What is it?
The book is pretty much the same, but it involves a
I don't know.
it involves a Christian minister who tries to bring Jennie to Jesus. They cut out the subplot of trying to convert the chimp to Christianity.
But I thought all dogs already go to heaven.
It's a chimpanzee, Evan.
Yeah, I know, but that sort of includes chimps.
No,
it's not
what
just
the,
dogs.
No, what?
So okay.
It's dogs. It's not like a cat would be closer, and as we all know, cats go to hell. Like, why would a chimp be included under dogs?
Okay, Duncan, if you had a kid and your kid came up to you and asked, "Hey, is our pet chimp gonna go to heaven?"
A chimp is closer to a human than it is to a dog. All dogs go to heaven because they're lower intelligence and they're like inherently good. Right. I would even say a chimp has a higher likelihood of going to hell. Chimps can definitely sin.
As evidenced by this movie.
If all chimps did go to heaven, why would he try to convert her?
Well, I don't know,
He wouldn't
Duncan.
need to
That's why I
bring
thought it was funny.
the chimp to Jesus.
That's why I thought it was funny.
But it doesn't make sense, Evan.
No, but like it's funny to imagine a guy being like, "Well, I gotta bring my dog to church."
Is it?
Can you imagine sitting next to a Labrador in church?
I've been to church one time, Evan.
Pause up while the music's happening.
That could be normal. I don't know. Imagine an Air Bud movie about like Air Bud becoming a deacon.
The Air Bud clause, but it's for like
Pope Bud.
Pope Bud. Catholic Bud. Oh, that's good. Do dogs have a religion?
Well, it depends on the dog.
I guess that's up to them to choose. There's a lot of
Wait, there is a minister in the movie.
Is there?
Their neighbor whose
When?
wife is scared of the chimp, he's a minister.
That must be where they cut it
doesn't
out.
he give her a Bible?
No, I don't think so.
Am I going crazy?
You might be going crazy.
I might be going crazy. Yeah.
You might be going crazy. There's reggae music in this, which is great.
What is this? What was the point of this movie?
I don't know. I guess it's just like, hey, chimpanzees are just like us. But it's like, I think the message they were trying to go for is like, hey, animals have feelings too. But that, like, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's the courtroom scene is pretty funny.
Yeah, I was actually about to say the courtroom. I was about to bring up the courtroom scene. The courtroom scene is pretty good. They're reading out Jennie's charges and stuff like that, and then they try and get Jennie to give a testimony, and so Jennie's just standing there.
She's on the stand.
Starts signing, and then they figure it out, and it's because the mailman delivered the letter to Andrew.
That meant
Andrew
the
got
dad
sad
would
because
go
of
away.
it. Yeah.
She
so
also
Andrew got sad.
Before doing that, stood on the stand and would just sign "Jennie want apple"
Yeah,
over and
right.
over.
Jennie want apple.
Jennie want apple.
And they're like, we're not giving you an apple. Just tell us the truth.
Did she do
Jennie.
it?
Did she do it? Why does she want an apple? Give her an apple. It felt like it was funny, but they kind of kept on it for way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what if in the court case Jennie wanted an apple? That's pretty funny. Let's include 2 pages in the script of this dialogue.
Well, that was a whole chapter in the book. It was chapter 19, Give Jennie apple.
And the whole chapter is just the words Jennie want apple for like 14 pages.
Well, it's because she was converted to Christianity and understood the meaning of the forbidden fruit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
She understood that what she did was wrong.
There's a whole new meaning to it in that world. Jennie wants sin fruit. Jennie wants sin fruit.
Jennie wants salvation. Jennie wants salvation. Give Jennie salvation. Imagine if you saw a chimpanzee and it just put its hands together and started praying. Michael Jackson did that with his chimp, Bubbles.
Really?
He made him pray every night before they went to bed.
This is going to sound like a stupid question.
Okay, I'm ready for that.
How do you pray in sign language?
Wait, what?
The silence.
Wait, what?
How do you pray in sign language?
How do you pray it normally?
Well, you put your hands together and you say out loud what you want to say.
Do you say it out loud or do you just think it?
Well, if you...
I don't know. I didn't grow up Christian. I don't know how you do this.
Traditionally, you say it out loud.
Really?
Yeah.
I always thought you just thought it.
Well, even then, some people were, deaf since birth, and so they can't think it, right? They don't have like the ability to create those. They have to sign it.
They can read.
Right? They can. It's true.
Or just think of pictures.
Okay, I'm gonna expand it. How did Helen Keller pray?
Poorly, I guess.
Will I meet Helen Keller in heaven? Is my question, I suppose. Do you think
all Helen Kellers go to heaven?
God, nothing happened in this movie, huh?
No, it's just a lot of funny chimp moments.
Yeah, it's a lot of chimp moments and like people going, "Ooh, you gotta be careful. That chimp is trouble."
Yeah, it's a lot of reasonable people telling this crazy family that like, you have a dangerous animal living in your house and you're treating it like a baby human child.
Yeah, you don't have the infrastructure to keep this animal in your house. Like, this animal wants to be free and like swing around and stuff. I don't know what chimps do, but the scientists do, and they're not happy.
Chimps like to do stuff like war and murder.
Yeah. It's like the sort of person that would bring a lion into their house as a pet and not give the lion like the things it needs. And a scientist comes in and is like, "Hey, that lion like will probably hurt you if you don't like treat it properly and have it in your house." And the person just goes, "No, we're teaching it sign language." So it's got to stay. I'm going to bring this lion to the vet. Like, there's a little bit of like understandability because, a chimp is evolutionarily similar to a human, but like,
no, they I don't think at all. Like a chimp is thoroughly not human. Like you look at it, you just know.
Yeah. Can you imagine not being able to tell a difference?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Maybe that's their problem. They can't tell the difference between human and chimp. An animal, just period.
Every animal looks exactly the same to them.
Right, and they think that everybody just ignores them, but it's just because like the statistic majority of the people they know are actually just animals.
I think this was Zootopia's about. I didn't see that one.
How much funnier would this movie be if it was a man in a monkey suit.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. If it was just some guy.
It was just some guy, and they're like, no, he's like an actual person. He just refused to get out of the monkey suit, and they have to prove in a court of law that he's a human.
Holy shit, that would be so good. Oh my
Jennie
God,
Project.
that would be so good.
And then you could have a funny moment where, like, the guy zips off the monkey suit, and it's actually a monkey inside, like Spongy Bobby.
Or they never do that. It's in the canon of the film. It is supposed to be a real chimpanzee, but they just hired a guy in a costume.
Oh yeah.
Instead of getting a real
That's
chimp.
the best. They just couldn't afford an animal handler, so they hired a dude to be in a chimp costume.
It's like a 6'4" guy standing next to this kid wearing a dress.
They're playing like they're playing like patty cake because that's what they have to do. The guy still has to like do all the sign language stuff. It's the same plot.
An adult
And
man
there's still
just like being carried into a hospital.
yeah
In a chimp costume.
In a chimp costume, and he gets refused service.
And he's still making the like. That's another thing about this movie. Every scene Jennie is in, there's just a low like chimp coo sound played over and over.
God,
just to remind
it's
you.
So awful. Just to remind you, this chimp exists. This chimp extant. Oh my God. It sounds like we're exaggerating, but it really is. Like, it's loud.
Yeah, and you can tell the chimp isn't really doing it. Like
Right,
in the scenes they're filming, it was clearly added later.
Yeah. God. There's a lot of chimp sounds that they added later. Like, very obviously the chimp wasn't emoting correctly. Oh, as well as at the very end of the movie, they bring the chimp back to the wild.
That's
and there's
right.
like this slow motion shot as they let Jennie go back into the wild, and it's like slow motion, but all the sounds are like regular speed. They just wanted the chimp to look like it was walking slower and being more like thoughtful about it leaving, but it was just like they let it down and the chimp just like runs, and they were like, oh no, that's too fast. We can't use that.
Yeah, there's that last scene is like four times longer than what they filmed.
Yeah, yes, they keep extending it out, so much so because there's a part where like Jennie looks at them and then looks away, but it was the same shot just reversed because they couldn't get Jennie to look at them.
Yeah,
so they just started looking, and then Jennie looked away, and then they reversed that, and it's so obviously reversed.
And it's also in slow motion,
so funny.
So it's just like
it is also in slow motion,
confusingly long, and because it's in slow motion, you can really tell that they just reused the footage.
Yeah. Yeah, and here's what I'll say. This might have been okay and passable, like if they earned it, but they didn't really earn it.
I don't know if you could earn it, honestly.
No, I really don't think you could have. There's no way to build up to this and it be like, wow, that was what a pull on the heartstrings.
Yeah, this was rough even for one of these movies, and I think that's why.
Yeah.
Why it was not on Disney Plus.
Yeah, this is another one not on Disney Plus. It's strange. The sort of batting average of things being on Disney Plus is not looking too hot.
I think this one might be because it's based on a book.
Yeah, so the license doesn't quite work. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, now that I've realized that it's based on a book, that makes sense. They wouldn't be able to put it on because of that.
This was also a very long 76 minutes.
Yeah,
that's barely feature length. I don't even know if that's feature length, honestly.
That's kind of like a special television episode.
What else happened? Oh yeah, there's a character named Walter Epstein in this one.
That's true. There is another Epstein.
But this one's in the movie, part of the film. So we're getting closer.
Slowly creeping its way. And it's weird. Getting closer. It's weird because it's sort of been like in the background a whole bunch, and this character's only referenced once.
He's in the movie.
Right.
He's the main character. He's the dad's boss, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
He's got an office with these big monkey heads behind his desk. Those were weird. They were like not to
Those were
scale
weird.
and kind of artistic.
Yeah.
And there was like 4 of them, but you could only see 2 because
Yeah.
his big chair covered up 2 of them in the middle.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. There was a lot of like moments where I had trouble figuring out what the sets were supposed to be showing.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning of the film, I thought that it was like a university. I think it's a university.
It's a museum.
It's a museum?
It's the Museum of Man. I just looked it up on Wikipedia.
There's like no museum. Like yeah, this movie was really kind of just poorly made. I mean, it sounded okay and there weren't like weird cuts, but it was just like
It's just boring, really.
boring. Yeah, it felt rushed. It felt like they had a like small budget.
It also had, I don't know if you can really relate to this or if this would make sense to anybody, but there's definitely like a late 90s, early 2000s for kids science monkey aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like a
Like
Zaboomafoo type beat.
Yeah,
Like that whole idea.
Yeah. Like live action Curious George.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
With that, like,
weird. It's weird because
Like
it's
we're
it's a
trying to
certain
get
aesthetic.
kids into science
Yeah, by
like, with
showing them
nothing.
monkeys.
by just saying this is what science is. It's
Right.
playing with chimps.
Yeah, it's going out and playing with chimps, saving chimps from terrifying poacher groups, I guess.
She's pregnant, so they left her to die.
Yeah. God.
It's one of my favorite DCOM quotes now. It's up there with, and then just put a censor there.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the best quote from a Disney movie.
We keep bringing it up, and it's so good. Please watch The
it's
Color
too good.
Friendship.
You gotta. There's a reason that one's on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm. That movie is more important now than it ever was, I'd say.
Yeah. The fact that they like specifically let that one on, they were like, that one's a good one.
That's what a lot of
know
people
that
remember.
one. It's true. Oh man. Oh God. The fact that I am more excited about remembering that happened in that movie than I am about talking about this current movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of gives you an idea. God,
Is there something else we could talk about other than the movie?
I have no idea.
Any topics you've been wanting to bring up?
You said something earlier that I wanted to expand upon. Oh, Zootopia. Can you imagine Zootopia, but one of the characters replaced with Jennie? I guess you can't, because you haven't seen it.
No, I can't.
Yeah, but imagine.
I was gonna say live action Zootopia.
Oh,
It's just people.
It's people in the suits, like in costume party city, like
It's
suits.
like the Lion King musical.
Oh God, the Zootopia musical. It's all Shakira songs.
It would be way easier to tell that it's an allegory for racism.
Right. Yeah, God. It was a good movie. I liked Zootopia. Can we talk about Zootopia for a second?
You can. I haven't seen it.
It was a good movie. There's really cool characters in it. Here's what I'll say. That's your homework. Watch if you're following along these podcasts, you're watching all the movies as we get to them. Watch Zootopia instead. I don't know.
Well, we can't do that. Are we allowed to just throw out different movies to watch instead?
I mean, if it's that bad. I mean, this one, here's what I'll say. You won't get much out of this one.
No, you genuinely won't.
There's not much to extract, like, lesson-wise or anything like that. Even humor-wise or, like, reference-wise, there's not much to extract out of this flick.
There's some funny stuff, but it's really not worth it. It's no like, Miracle in Lane 2.
Yeah. There's a part where there is a part where Jennie goes to the movies and sees King Kong.
It's Tarzan.
Is it Tarzan?
It's Tarzan because she does the chest beating thing.
I thought that was a King Kong thing.
No. Well, I mean, it's just a general. It's something gorillas do.
See,
But
it makes much more sense for it to be Tarzan. Like, in terms of the feeling of this movie of, like, Monkey Man, sort of like, oh, where's the line drawn? Is Tarzan a human? Where's the line
It's
drawn?
reverse Tarzan.
Right. Yeah, it's reverse Tarzan. Exactly. This, yeah.
And Disney had just released Tarzan a few years prior.
Disney was like, hey, Tarzan did well. Why don't we do that again? But the opposite.
I wonder if that was in the book.
The book's just like the introduction is like, hey everybody, this one might not make a lot of sense in terms of the lesson I'm trying to give you, but imagine Tarzan but the opposite. Anyways, thanks for reading my book. This one goes out to my parents, and then the book starts.
Isn't there a Tarzan where he goes to Mars?
Is there a Tarzan where he goes to Mars?
Yeah, I thought so. Like in the book series?
I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar at all. But if there is, that's crazy.
I don't know.
Mars
Maybe
needs
it's not
chimps.
Tarzan. Marzan.
Marzan. Why didn't I think of that? Marzan. It's right there. It walked up to me. It tapped me on the shoulder, and then I went, Mars needs chimps.
Yeah, I thought there was like a crossover with Tarzan and John Carter.
Mm-hmm.
Where Tarzan goes to Mars.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's canon.
Interesting. What if what if the reason Tarzan happened was actually because he was, you know how there's like a trope in movies where like there's a baby swap at birth on accident?
Yeah.
What if that happened with Tarzan and the chimp? There's just like a wonderful newlywed chimp couple that recently gave birth to their first child, and they get Tarzan back and they're like, well, guess this is our child.
The silverback is just pissed.
Yeah. See, that's what Zootopia was about. Did
you watch the new Tarzan?
No, I didn't.
The live action Tarzan?
Yeah. Did you?
Yes.
How was it? How's the CG in that one?
Bad.
Yeah, coming out of the film, how'd you feel?
I watched it at my house.
Okay.
And
so
think,
on home turf.
I think the most interesting thing about it was that I thought Samuel L. Jackson was playing George Washington Carver. But he's playing George Washington Williams. But throughout the whole movie, I was like, they really made the peanut butter guy seem too cool.
It's just a gritty spin-off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, there's like a scene at the end of the movie that I feel like Black Panther kind of ripped off.
Really?
Yeah, where Tarzan fights these other guys who were raised by monkeys on like a cliff.
Wait, what?
He fights like a tribe of... Yeah.
That's
or maybe
weird.
They're not, but they just live there.
Yeah.
And they worship the gorillas or something, but I don't know.
You merely adopted the chimp life. I was born in it, raised by it. Banezan.
Tarzbane.
Tarzbane sounds like a season of The Amazing Race. But like
Tarzbane sounds like a noise rock group.
Tarzbane. Yo, Cincinnati, we're Tarzbane.
Tarzbane made one album. And it's highly respected on 4chan.
Yeah,
and they've never done anything else.
Yeah, the cult following is 4chan users.
But they're coming back for a live tour show.
But they're not doing any music. They're just going to talk.
The 2020 Tarzbane show.
Oh my god. Tarzbane World Domination Tour. The only other thing I want to say about this movie is like after they go to the movies, Andrew comes back and his parents are mad and he gets sent upstairs and he signs something. He doesn't get mad out loud. He signs something to them and I really want to know what that is.
What did he sign to them? Did he sign "fuck you" to his dad?
Can you imagine? He's just like, "Fuck you, Dad. I hate you."
That would be so good. What if the monkey did? What if Jennie learns
the monkey can't
how to flip people off?
Yeah, Jennie can't be held responsible for when she flips someone off because Andrew
she
taught
can't.
it
She
to
doesn't
her.
have freedom of speech.
Yeah. Oh,
the monkey does not have rights.
That's not good.
Why? It's an animal. It's not a human.
No, but if this movie taught you anything, it's that is that they reserve the right to go to a human doctor. They should, at least.
Medicare for all means Medicare for all. All right? It's not just people, guys.
Every
This is what these crazy liberals want to do to the country. They want you to be treated next to a chimp. Hmm? A chimp who stole mail, committed a felony.
And a sea urchin.
Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable.
They want your heart surgeon to be doing work on nematodes. All right? This Bernie Sanders guy.
This is why
honestly,
he should
I don't know
not
what
be
he's
allowed.
thinking.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I think this is on his way to opening up the dog vote to keep himself in power.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I feel like whoever promises, hey, by the way, guys, I'm going to let dogs vote. Whoever says that, the first person to say that, they're going to get a bunch of votes. You
know what they say? If
dogs.
You give a dog a right, he's going to want some more rights.
If you give a dog a right. Can you imagine a world in which there's like the human president and then separately the dog president?
It's Bo. It's Obama's dog.
Yeah. It's the first dog.
Oh, yep. That's good.
Signs all of the documents by just putting his paw on it.
The documents.
Documents. Can you imagine like a jury of dogs? What kind of crimes would dogs get in trouble for, right? If they were held accountable like humans were held accountable?
Imagine a dog senate and they're all sitting there and there's just a Pomeranian there gerrymandering, just barking nonstop for 16 hours.
Your gerrymandering's not the right word for that. What is the right word for that?
Oh yeah, filibustering.
Filibustering. But imagining a Pomeranian would be the one to
a Pomeranian filibuster.
bark. Has to keep one paw on the floor, but like raises. Just
there's a pie chart next to it. You can't read the pie chart. There's no words.
Yeah, dogs would start to have to get their own language at that point.
Do they not already?
Oh my god, they might.
We have to teach. Can you teach a dog sign language?
I don't think they have enough like dexterity, like hand dexterity to.
Well, you can teach them like wave.
That's true. You can teach them to shake your hand. You can teach them the middle finger. I've seen a dog flipping somebody off before.
Don't they have an even amount of fingers though?
Yeah, it's the two middle ones. Yeah, I cut him off in traffic by accident.
Oh, they do it British style.
Yeah, and this Doberman, he was in a truck.
It's English Bulldog.
English Bulldog, it flipped me off. So, yeah, it's I don't know, man. This is the future liberals want.
Yeah.
I like to imagine like I feel like a Pomeranian would be the one to gerrymander though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or like maybe a Chihuahua. Have you watched Legally Blonde 2?
No.
Legally Blonde 2 is about gay dog rights.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
It's incredible. I feel like there's not enough of that in Hollywood. You know?
What? Legally Blonde movies? I agree.
Yeah, there needs to be more Legally Blonde movies.
I thought 3 was coming out at the same time as the election.
But has it been delayed?
I think so.
Dang. Well, at least we got white chicks to hold us over. God. Have you watched White Chicks recently?
I have not ever watched White Chicks.
Man, I was on a film set at somebody's house.
For White Chicks?
No, not for White Chicks too. I'm pleased to announce, be the first person to announce, world announcement. No, I was at a film set at somebody's house and we were filming something completely unrelated. But the person's roommate was there, and he watched White Chicks twice.
That rules.
It was amazing. And he would not turn off the volume. Like we didn't need we didn't need sound. It was all recorded later. But he was just watching it full blast. So I have fond memories of being in someone's house for a film set while White Chicks played twice. It's not, I mean, there's no, it's kind of, I don't like the movie. I don't like the movie. I'll say that. I
Was it
don't like the
funny?
movie. There was a funny moments. Um, um, uh, uh, who's the guy who used to do the Old Spice commercials? He's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Terry Crews?
Yeah, Terry Crews is in the movie. And there's a lot of, it's a movie of its time. It's a movie of its time.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he like ends up really liking one of, so if you don't know the plot of the movie, basically there's these two undercover cops that have to go, and I don't remember the full plot of the movie, but essentially two black guys have to pretend to be two white chicks, basically. Their words, not mine. And so Terry Crews ends up really liking one of these undercover cops. I think they're investigative something. Undercover cops. And man, he really lusts after her. It's really the worst. It's really kind of just a disgusting portrayal. Because he ends up like essentially. There's an auction to have a date with one of them. Yeah, it's a whole thing. And he ends up paying like millions of dollars for her. And then there's a really funny joke where she starts playing that one song that's like, making my way downtown. And Terry Crews is like, are you kidding me? This is my favorite song. And he starts singing along. And it's funny. It's funny.
My dog is filibustering me out of the podcast right now.
Your dog's like, your dog heard you start talking about dog rights. He's like, oh, wait.
She's very
wait.
politically active.
Running for dog mayor.
Imagine
city
the
council.
dog version of the alt-right. It's all pit bulls.
Oh, God.
It's
God,
pit bulls that want to be legal.
Oh, no. Not all pit bulls.
Oh, man. I went to like a pit bull rescue group thing.
Yeah.
Like a fundraiser, and a bunch of people brought their pit bulls. And like, they're nice dogs, most of them. But when you have an event for rescue pit bulls, it like inevitably ends up as pit bulls fighting each other.
Yeah. It's sort of all
It's a bad
trends
look.
towards that. Yeah.
But it was just super funny to see all this, like, they're so safe, like all this pro pit bull stuff while they're fighting in front of you.
It's just like, well, okay. I take your word for it, I guess.
Interesting.
Was Mr. Worldwide there?
He did not make an appearance, surprisingly.
That sucks. Well,
he sort of he's a race trader.
Duncan, what do you think of this movie?
The Jennie Project is possibly it's one of the worst DCOMs we've seen, honestly. I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay, I'm gonna give it
10.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10.
Really, as bad as You Lucky Dog?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
You Lucky Chimp.
I enjoyed it about as much as You Lucky Dog.
That's fair.
Yeah. Did you say You Lucky Chimp?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. He's talking telepathically to the chimp.
The chimp takes over his body and does sign language.
That's how the kid. It's just about the kid learning sign language by being taken over by the chimp.
I hope all of that's staying in if you can hear it.
I can't. It's not sending through Discord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Well, we'll see.
Good.
So, do you know what the next movie is, Evan?
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to give you a hint.
Okay.
All right? It's a sequel to one of the ones we've seen.
What?
It's a sequel.
It's not
to
Halloween
a
Town
DCOM we've
2,
seen.
right?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, of course it's Johnny Tsunami 2, where he learns how to fly.
Evan, I know you're saying there's a joke, but Johnny Tsunami 2 is not coming up quite yet.
There's actually a second Johnny Tsunami.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
God.
I'm so sorry that you have to find out like this.
Oh my god.
I'm going to tell you the title.
Okay.
And I want you to guess what it's a sequel to.
Oh god, that sucks. That's not immediately obvious.
The title of this movie is Jumping Ship.
Oh, God, what? The only thing I have is maybe 13th Year.
Nope.
What is it?
I want you to look up Jumping Ship and read me the plot synopsis.
Oh, God. Michael has big plans to show his cousin Tommy a good time aboard a luxury yacht until he discovers that the yacht he's chartered is actually an old rusted fishing boat. But when modern-day pirates chase the fishing boat, the boys are forced to jump ship, leaving them stranded on a desert island with the boat's captain, Jake Hunter. Yeah, I can't even...
It's Horse Sense 2.
No way. I just saw the actors. It's Horse Sense 2.
Horse Sense 2, but with no horses.
Yeah, it's all the part of Horse Sense that you could skip over. Oh my God, no way. Oh, I'm so glad these characters are coming back. I really hope their brother makes an appearance.
Oh, their secret brother?
Yeah, they're the gay cowboy. I really hope he makes an appearance.
Hey, Evan.
Yeah.
You see how the poster has 3 people on it?
I do see that.
Guess who that third actor is?
Is that the gay cowboy?
That's the gay cowboy from Horse Sense playing a different character.
Oh my God. This universe has a doppelganger and the movie forced it. I love that. Holy shit.
Maybe he abandoned his life as a metrosexual cowboy to become a ship captain.
Absolutely. What a turn. I cannot believe that. Why? Okay, so in case you didn't know, this is the actor that this actor is their brother in real life. Like all 3 of these are brothers. So theoretically,
the 3 main characters of this movie are brothers.
Yeah, theoretically they're going to look similar. Is the captain related to them? That's my bet on it. The captain is related to them somehow, and they figure out during the plot of the movie.
My bet on it. Mm-hmm. Is there will be a horse on the island.
My God. There's gotta be, right? And then Tommy's like, oh, I know this. We can
Conversely,
escape with this.
I also want to bet that no horses will be seen or mentioned during this movie at all.
Yeah, honestly, both of them seem very,
They're
very
both such
plausible.
good outcomes.
They both be preferred.
It's hard to pick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the one horse though.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that there's no horses for that one.
Damn.
No horses, not a single horse mentioned in this flick.
We're betting on the ponies, huh?
Yeah, we really are. We really are. Which is the lesson of the Horse Sense. So we apparently learned nothing.
Yeah, well, I mean, we learned from Horse Sense that it's bad, and then we learned again from Ready to Run that it's pretty good.
That's cool. True. It's true. They sort of had antithetical lessons, which is always great for Disney to do that. Can you imagine, like, Frozen's like, be yourself, and Frozen 2's like, be like your parents.
Yeah, Frozen 2 is like, listen to your parents.
Yeah.
Hide who you are, always.
Don't conceal, don't feel. I mean, that's the opposite of the lesson. Which is kind of funny because that's a line in one of the songs, which is about like
what would the opposite of Let It Go be?
Yeah, the opposite of Let It Go. Keep it in.
Bring it back.
It's this
Frozen 2, bring it back.
Bring it back sounds like it would be absolutely ska.
Frozen 2, pick it up.
Can you imagine a ska ballad musical? Like, there's rock ballad musicals, but can you imagine a ska ballad musical?
There was a Green Day musical.
There is. That's true. There's a Margaritaville musical. I mean,
we've got pop punk island. Pop? I don't know. What is Jimmy Buffett?
He's kind of just like island country, which is
island country.
It sounds like an oxymoron, but he nails it. I'll tell you that.
Little St. James type beat.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, Duncan, what do you say we jump this ship?
Yeah.
Do you think maybe it would be? You know what? I'm gonna say it both times. I'm gonna say it next episode too. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, we will.
Sploosh. Did you fall asleep?
No, he drowned.
Oh, no.
戦うみんなの味方僕らの街のお薬屋